Welcome, Pontiac fans, to the Pontiac Podcast. Welcome, my friends, to the Pontiac Podcast. Man, I have got a cool one for you today. This is something that is near and dear to my heart. It is the SSJ. I did a 10 ways to identify a SSJ video years back, and it just made me think, you know what, I'm going to reincorporate that, do what I couldn't do before, which is talk a little bit about the car, and we'll just take you on a ride and let you appreciate something really special from Pontiac. Okay. So you're this really cool guy that has had everything, and you want something different than everyone else has. There's a lot of GTOs that are out there. There's a lot of amazing machines, but you want something different, something elegant, something badass. What do you get? You get yourself a Hurst SSJ. So a lot of people know about the Oldsmobile, the Hurst Olds. It's famous. It's iconic. And what a lot of people don't know is that there was a small get together with Hurst and Pontiac, and we did what was called the SSJ project. And what you could get was a Grand Prix, and you could then they would hand you a pamphlet. So I looked everywhere for my pamphlet. I couldn't find it. But what you have is that you were given an options package, and you got to pick off all the cool things that you wanted in your SSJ right at the dealer. Then they would take your car right from the line, send it over to Hurst. Hurst would modify it, and then send it back to the dealer. So to you, it seemed like they just had one on a lot, but in fact, there really was a lot more. So let's take a look at the PHS of my old SSJ. When you look at it, yes, it had the 455 option. Very cool. But what you see is that you got a Grand Prix HT hardtop coupe, and it was $4,400, $36, just the base. So then they would take and you would a lot of those cars would have a basic options to them, but then you would send it off to right here is the key. Then you would send this off to Hurst, and then Hurst would add what you added on. So essentially, yes, you did purchase a regular SJ, and then it was sent off and modified. They cut in the sunroof. They did the Firefrost Gold. All these really cool. God, there are options that you could get a little computer, believe it or not, in a 72. Telephone, the whole 9 yards. It's a very James Bond car. And so what I'm going to do is take a moment and run through the video. It's only like 1 minute and 30 seconds. And what it's going to do is it's going to show you 10 of the easiest ways to pick up on that's a real SSJ. The truth is that I suppose someone could... you could fake it, but man, you'd have to go through a lot of work. And in the end, you wouldn't have that PHS, and you would not have that little indicator right there, which means it went to Hurst. Hurst, and then to the dealer. Back to you.
family tree, part of you and part of me. And if we should separate, go your own way, I won't wait.
Bring the funk back.
Isn't that cool? We'll put that on the radar, my Pontiac friends, the SSJ. I will add some of the production numbers, which are really low and super cool, and just a few pictures of mine and maybe your friends. And again, thank you so much for just taking a couple minutes out of your time to watch the podcast. It's super important to keep the hobby kind of alive. We need to breathe new life into it. Remember, if you hit subscribe, it's just like following. It's not really a subscription. We could use it. We're also on Rumble and Spotify if you like to use that platform. It is just look up the Pontiac Podcast. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.